Just over 30 days of racing remain in the 2017-18 Volvo Ocean Race, as the fleet continues its charge northwards on Leg 8 to Newport, Rhode Island. The teams are looking to secure every point possible, with the overall race finish in The Hague at the end of June now looming large. In the opening days of the Leg North, the two powerhouses at the top of the leaderboard, Dongfeng Race Team and Mapfre, led the fleet away from Brazil. Getting back into the daily routines aboard proved to be tough for some.
It was a pretty hard first few days to get back into the rhythm because we got into a good sleep pattern ashore and it was quite nice on shore, so yeah, a bit hard to get back into the sleeping and all that, but slowly getting back into it.
3 days into the leg and the fleet found themselves navigating through the oil drilling platforms off the coast of Brazil as they battled tack for tack, looking for the optimum position before the long hitch north. D. Kafarian turned the tide on plastic, took an easterly position on the fleet, and with few maneuvers, it was a straight boat speed contest up the coast of Brazil.
Delighted to be able to come on deck and tell everyone that we were the fastest boat in the sked. We're all heading in exactly the same direction, so it's not from being higher or lower. I think overall we've just got more breeze, which is why we positioned ourselves out furthest east, so it all seems to be paying off. The fruits of our labour will pay off, hopefully.
The easterly move paid off for the UN flag team. Sailing in stronger winds produced faster speeds and an 11-mile lead over Vestas 11th Hour Racing and Dongfeng Race Team. Cloud systems provided challenging and frustrating conditions. One team finding itself on the losing end of the ordeal was the former overall race leader Mapfre, at one stage falling 45 miles behind the leaders.
It's true that we lost so many miles in almost 12 hours or 15 hours, just because with cloud we don't expect that much loss with Dongfeng and Vestas. Yeah, it's been a hard day for us on board. That's what it is.
A week into the leg and the fleet passed the northeast corner of Brazil, staying close to the coast in favorable winds and a strong northerly current. Turn the tide on plastic's time out front slowly evaporated as Vestas 11th Hour Racing, Dongfeng Race Team and Team Brunel all took turns pushing for the lead.
We had a big letdown on port. Unfortunately, it's meant it's kind of squashed the fleet up a bit. We've made some good gains on D, but also Dongfeng and Brunel, who are just on our hip there, have also closed up a bit. But we certainly got ourselves a boat race now.
With the leading four boats split by just 4 miles, Dongfeng Race Team opted for 2 extra jibes to position themselves further to the west of the fleet in search of favorable winds. The strategic move put Dongfeng Race Team behind on the water, but set the team up for their approach to the equator and the trade winds to the north.
We have a lot of rain, we have not a lot of wind. It's a bit the mess. To find the way to cross the Doldrums, it's not easy to decide what we have to do.
Near the halfway point of the leg, Mapfre reported issues with the electrical systems on their boat, which restricted their use of digital instruments, as well as being able to move the keel, both essential to the overall performance of the boat.
Main fuses blew away and a couple more as well, and consequence of that was a few instruments they just broke, like a PLC, the most important one antenna, satellite antenna, and a few more things, but right now the bigger problem we're trying to solve is PLC, because we cannot control the keel, not with the electric or the main engine, so I don't know, we try to make some bridges and try to open the valves manually and see if it works.
But after making a fix, Mapfre started to make gains, cutting the gap to the leading pack to just 30 miles as they crossed the equator. Out in front was Team Brunel. For Bauerbecken and his team, the race has almost restarted after winning leg 7 catapulted the team from 6th to 3rd place, and within 10 points of the top-ranked Dongfeng Race Team. Bow to bow with the leaders, Team Brunel fought hard on the approach to the equator, where Nina Curtis, the team's newest crew member, would be obliged to pay her respects to King Neptune for the first time.
King Neptune came and he took all the joy out of my life. Took my hair, took off my eyebrow.
Looking great.
Vestas 11th Hour Racing would lead the fleet across the equator, typically notorious for its fickle doldrums conditions. However, the fleet made good speeds on this fourth and final crossing, with the promise of picking up the steady northeast trade winds as they point their bows at the Newport finish line just over 1 week away.
I guess if you get seaweed on the foils, on the rudder or the jagger boards, you can slow the boat down, and also you can lose control if it gets around the rudder as well. Sometimes you can actually feel it on the rudder, and then as well we have like endoscope, and there's little holes around the boat, basically where the foils are. Normally Nipper or Tristan does that, and they can go and check and see the actual foil in the water, and normally see if there's something on it. Gets a bit tricky at night, obviously because it's dark, so try and get a torch down there. And, the boat hook's pretty handy as well. If you're like going along and just half wipe out, it comes off. So if you kind of like heel over a lot, it'll kind of fly off. Or if you cavitate the rudder by doing it yourself, it'll suck the weed off sometimes. Well, at the moment it's all over the bloody bow, everywhere. It smells. So it smells a bit downstairs. I'm not sure whether it's Nipper or the seaweed. Probably Nipper. Yeah, it's Nipper. About the engine. Oh, you can get in the filters and stuff like that. Yeah. Sealy does that. Sealy checked the engine this morning. All the water filters. You can get some seaweed in there.
Why'd the starfish cry? Because the seaweed.
Well, we just had a really bad thing happen. We just tripped over this imaginary line. Freddie felt it in the rudders as we moved from the southern hemisphere into the more sensible hemisphere. We're back in the land where things rotate the right way. And we can see Vestas and we can see Brunel. We've been together now for a few days. Sadly, Vestas got in the northern hemisphere just before us.
I felt a little bit lost when I woke up this morning. I tried to get out of bed on the wrong side. The sink started swirling the wrong way. Everything just feels a little backwards.
I think when you're at the front of the fleet, it's always hard when you're the hunted. It's a nice place to be though, I'm not complaining. But you do work really hard, and then you get the lighter winds first and everyone closes in again. And we've had a few clouds where we've lost to these guys next to us. But each cloud somebody else comes out ahead. That's the frustrating thing, when you work really hard for 4 hours and a watch gets ahead, and then they go to sleep, the next watch gets a horrible cloud and they end up falling behind. The other watch come on deck and think, what have you been doing for 4 hours? So that's the hard bit for everyone.
We kind of knew it was going to happen. The breeze shut down in front and they carried on with some wind from behind, so we sort of prepared ourselves for that. And now we are in a pretty good position still, so I think it should be a matter of the front leaders get the breeze first and we should be able to nudge forward again. So yeah, it was tough, but again, it's part of the highs and lows of yacht racing, so you've just got to take it and then get the next high when we get it.
The rest of the fleet are breathing down our necks a little bit faster than us. We've got one big patch of cloud to go, and then I think by the end of today, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be in northeast trades and on our way.
Allez, le bleu, j'essaye le bleu. T'arrives? Ouais. T'as réussi. Bah, elle est où la face?
Bah lui, il m'énerve. m'énerve trop, il regarde le truc comme ça et... Bip, 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 bip. Ok, watch that. Ok. Hop. I did it. Bon Maxime, comme parfois je m'ennuie un petit peu sur le bateau, on a emmené un Rubik Cube. Comme ça m'énervait que tu sois meilleur que moi, je me suis entraîné. Regarde bien ce que j'arrive à faire maintenant. Tu vois, j'ai tout mélangé là, hop, 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 go. Hey. Il est trop fort ton père. En fait ton père il n'est pas aussi bon que toi, c'est juste un sale tricheur, regarde. L'astuce c'est que j'en avais deux et il y en avait un caché derrière mon dos qui était tout propre. Bon je l'avais quand même fait tout seul.
Rubik's Cube was a huge deal back when I was about 10 years old. 47 seconds would you believe I finished the Rubik's Cube when I was 10 years old. Now I can't do it anymore. Around 60 a pound. The technique is to do it by layers. Get yellow, I gotta go like that. Now I'm gonna do the corners, so red, white, green, and just go like that. Now we have one layer.
You can't remember finally?
No, I can't remember how to do the last layer.
I did it in my back. I'm very good. Yeah. You see the video?
I heard.
10 days.
To figure
Fine.
this out.
Yeah.
Nearly a week at sea, and we're nearing the top eastern corner of Brazil. This sort of next few days we need to make a call how close we stay to the coast. Deciding that is then what sets you up going further north. We've had a lot of light wind, a lot of different winds, so it's much more tactical, and it's as hard but in different ways. We're sleeping less, more sail changes. It's different, but it's as hard.
Sailing by night on these boats is pretty fun actually, especially if there's a moon out. Sometimes during the day you really concentrate on trying to catch all the waves, whereas at night you can just rely on the feel and the instruments. Sometimes it's even faster. You have to always be vigilant and have a really good feel for what's going on because you can't see what's going on.
It's very tight because normally during the night everybody was sleeping. We are still sailing, fighting with the boat speed, but it's cool. This is the life of the Volvo race.
You're sleeping 3 hours during the day, 3 hours during the night, but you're enjoying much more the different moment of a full day. And for me, that's why I love offshore sailing. You feel like you're living your life very fully. It's like you've got a very sailing by night for us is a big change because by day it's okay, by night we've got always the head torch of Pascal. Just here at the hatch looking at us. It's okay? No, it's not okay. We don't see anything anymore.
We only gained on Scallywag and Axo and lost miles to everybody else. Third place is us. We're 13 miles behind the leader. Averaged 18.7. Dongfeng 3 miles ahead, average 20.5. Leaders of Brunel 13 miles ahead, average 19. Bing bong, announcement over.
initial feeling after the bad skid is, of course, disappointment, because we're all fighting 200% to deliver speed on the boat, and yeah, of course we failed somehow. Sometimes we fail, sometimes we expect to be a bit slower, but it feels like a failure. I guess this also gives us a lot of motivation to keep tweaking the boat and try to find somewhere. Obviously someone is faster, so we need to find what we're doing, that they're doing, that we're not doing. So endless tweaking.
I'd say Liz is pretty good at tweaking when she's grinding. She's very good at leaving the grinder and going and tweaking things.
Yeah, well, I'm a bit restless, can't really sit still, and I get a bit of itchy feet when I'm up on deck, so I like to go and tweak things around the place. You see we're not going fast, or we think we could be going a bit faster, or something doesn't look right, or you think something could be better, then you go and give it a bit of a tickle and see if it makes a difference. You feel the boat's like, if you lose heel angle, or you hear something flapping, or you see a little leech line. Leech line's a pretty small thing to tweak. Definitely think about tweaking that. Smallest thing you can tweak. The tacks on a staysail, that's getting pretty anal when you start doing that.
J'adore la Volvo. On s'éclate, il fait beau. Bien, c'est bientôt terminé, ça me fait de la peine parce que franchement j'aurais bien continué encore 4-5 mois. Un coup t'as trop chaud, un coup t'as trop froid, un coup t'es trempé. Maintenant on a des filles à bord, donc ça c'est beaucoup mieux.
On fait le ménage.
On fait le ménage. Elle a trouvé sa tâche.
Non, c'est dégueulasse. Les mecs sont crados.
Et on fait le ménage. Nous, on est prêts à tout. Youpi! Vive les vacances!
Is your first shower in 1 week?
I did a small one. I think the third day, but not here. But I don't have my airbrush, so I'm a bit in trouble now. We don't care.
Sailor's dream if you want to have a shower right now. 7 days so far with no shower. There's a good fragrance within the boat, I'd say, between the whole crew. Ideal conditions. Good 25.5 degrees. Lovely. Perfect water temperature.
Couldn't ask for more.
Couldn't ask for more.
Well, the sunshine is getting a bit boring anyway.
Nice to rinse the gear.
You having fun yet?
I love this. This is great. All that sunshine was no good. Good to have a bit of rain every now and again.
Normally when we have a lot of rain, we have not a lot of wind. It's a bit the mess. To find the way to cross the Doldrums. It's not easy to decide what we have to do.
El último skate ha sido un poco regular, ¿no? Ha habido algunos barcos que han estirado, otros barcos se han mantenido y algunos incluso han perdido más millas que nosotros. En el mar de Sargasso hay un montón de algas en el agua, ¿no? La verdad que hay zonas que es como mantas enormes de algas, son algas chiquititas, pero se traban bastante en los apéndices, en los timones, en el dagabor y en la quilla. Entonces, bueno, cada poco tiempo tienes que hacer un poco una limpieza de estos apéndices, porque si no el barco va más lento. Unes lo de las algas y se complica más. Pero yo creo que es positivo porque te dan más opciones con otros barcos, ¿no? Supongo que ellos tengan los mismos problemas y es otra cosa más añadida a la dificultad de la etapa.
We are still leading, so this is really good. The last scad was okay, it was not the best one, but at the same time we didn't lose so much on the other boat. We can see Vestas, so this is not really nice. It was better when we couldn't see anyone. My parents had a cruising boat, like a 30-feet cruising boat. Basically, I was born in January, and in February I was already on the boat. They bring me with this like system of bungee. They make like a little bed for me and they bring me on the boat. So I don't have really that memories, but I have some picture, and yeah, probably like I just born on the water. It's nice, it's crazy. I learned a lot about how to manage myself also in the hard moments. I had some quite hard moments in the Southern Ocean, and it was more like mentally tough than physically. So yeah, I tried just to push myself to go through. I said, okay, tomorrow will be another day and it will be better, and just trying to get through of it and keep pushing, you know, like we are here to perform the boat.
See Frankie grow from the start of this project to now has been quite incredible. She came with no offshore experience at all. She'd come from Olympic backgrounds. I hadn't really sailed a big boat, and she just really took it on, and she's now like a real critical member of the team. But she does make us laugh, because sometimes she says yeah, but then you realise that she actually hasn't understood a word, and you have to just check every now and again that she is understanding you. And I forget, I get lazy. We've got 10 nationalities on the boat.
Ciao, comment ça va?
Hey, hur går det?
Hola. Hello, chap.
Oh, g'day, how you going?
Salut, comment ça va?
Hey mate, how's it going?
Everyone speaks amazing English. We run the boat in English, but when they're tired, obviously it's quite hard to deal in a second language, and I forget. And it's just quite important that you just make sure that everybody's clear and on the same page when they're tired, especially when they're dealing in the second language. So she does make us laugh sometimes.
He was on the main sheet. Tell the story, Frank.
Yeah, he was on the main sheet, and this massive flying fish just crashed on the dagger board, and it was like still lying on the dagger board. And Freddy just like, take the main sheet, I'm going to save him. And then he saved it. He reckoned the fish has a broke wing, so maybe now he's just a fish, not flying. And Freddy just get nailed on by the waves. He's a hero.
He's very heroic.
He's a hero.
He's an ocean hero.
He's an ocean hero.
An ocean hero.
I feel good.
For me, it's like just amazing experience to be able to do the round the world on a sailing boat, in the ocean, and the environment that I love, and with a really, really good group of people on the boat. So it's like we are really friends, and everyone is pushing so hard. It's so nice. And of course, like worst thing, the freeze drive maybe. The food is not really nice every time.